you about my first $1 million year in 5 moves. Back in 2015, I had my first $1 million year. And I want to tell you the exact 5 moves, like what actually works for visionary founders. No hacks, no burnout, no BS, just truth. Most people scale to $1 million by adding more. They add more offers, they add more team, they grind more. And I did the total opposite, and it changed the game for me. So in this video, I'm walking you through the 5 super unsexy, but massively transformational moves that led to our first $1 million year. So if you're a founder who's done chasing the hype, ready to scale with alignment, this is for you. Hey, I'm Liz Hartke, mom of soon to be 6 kids, founder of the Luminary Leadership Company, and I help high-level entrepreneurs become visionary CEOs so they can scale in alignment with who they're called to be. So stick around, because I'm not just sharing what worked for us, I'm sharing how you can evaluate which of these moves for your business that you are actually ready for. I'm also going to link you to the one mindset shift that made all of this possible. So the very first move is I stopped selling offers and I started leading a movement. I used to be really good at building offers, but they didn't necessarily compel. So the shift that I made was I stopped selling the features and started anchoring our message in an actual mission that I knew people could get behind. Honestly, I didn't know people could get behind it. Now that I'm saying that aloud, I knew I could get behind it. And I knew if I was passionate about it, there was going to be someone out there who was too. So we really redefined who we were serving, not just overwhelmed entrepreneurs, but these people that felt called to something greater, something bigger than them in every corner of their lives. Like they actually give a crap about their families. They actually want their marriage to thrive. They actually want to build generational wealth, that they can steward that money well. It's not just about like making more money so they can flash it on the internet. That's when our content really started to land deeper. That's when our clients started staying longer. That's when we started repelling the clients that we freaking hated working with. So yeah, offers sell, but movements really magnetize people into the right offers. So one pro tip that you can weave into it in this modern day era that we use a lot of is you can use AI to pull your audience's language and beliefs and build that brand around the movement that they are craving most, that has to align with you and your virtues and your values. Don't just do it because you've identified like, oh, people are really hungry for this. I don't really give a crap about it, but I'm going to talk about it to build this movement. It'll fall apart and you'll feel totally out of integrity. The second move was I structured my week like a visionary CEO. So before I felt like I was 2 hands on a fire hose, every day felt reactive. I was responding instead of being proactive. And now I run my schedule through multiple strategic blocks. Okay. So I talk all the time about the visionary CEO schedule. If you don't have that, you can either DM me on Instagram. I'm at Liz Hartke, the word template, and I'll send it to you. Or you can just message below, say, I want the template. We'll send it over to you. But this has changed the game. I built this out of my own necessity. There are 7 blocks. I'll tell you 3 that are so powerful. The first is the visionary CEO block. This is where you're at 30,000 feet. You have space and margin for contemplation and innovation and reimagining. You get to make decisions from this clear mind instead of from this panicked, reactive, frenetic state. Another block that I live and die by, probably more than anything else, and it's probably my favorite, the sweet spot CEO block. This is the 5% that only I can do. This is the absolute creme de la creme of what makes me come alive. It is why God designed me. The more time you spend in your zone of genius, in what makes you truly like light your soul on fire, the more money you're going to make. But yet, when I audit some of the top business owners' businesses, they're spending less than 5% of their time in their sweet spot. I spend upwards of 70 to 80% of my time in my sweet spot. And it shows in the data and in the bottom line of how much that is positively affecting our business. Another one that I focus heavily on is the efficiency CEO block. All that reactivity, all those low leverage crap moves that you have to do because you run a business, they don't bleed throughout your whole day. They get condensed down into this 30, maybe 45-minute block of time where you crank the music, you put it in a block of the day where you are not mentally at your best, right? Like you don't waste your precious brain energy on little menial tasks like answering messages or emails or responding in Slack. You weren't born to do that. So you condense it into a block. I put mine in the afternoon. I never start my day with it because it sets the tone for the day. Okay, but it has to get done. And I do it in the afternoon when I'm starting to get a little tired anyway, because this is crap you can do when you're tired. That is one of the biggest game changers for so many of my clients. It's less about time management. It's more about energetic stewardship. Like, how are you stewarding the energy you have when you have it? And how are you not wasting it on low leverage stuff? So it's how we doubled our production and finally created that white space that made all the difference. Another quick pro tip from the AI perspective. We actually use AI. We've trained our bot to be able to analyze my schedule and my energy and like when I have the biggest energy ROI throughout the day, so that it helps me weave in the right time blocks with the right level of energy so that I'm way more productive. Third move, I brought my right hand into the inner circle. She was very worthy of that position, but it was like she needed to be knighted. So she knew that she had that level of power and authority in the business, and that I look at her, I have two women in my business who I adore, that I wanted them to understand that I see them as leaders in our organization, and I'm building this alongside them. So I wasn't just going to delegate tasks at them. We really started to grow when I stopped managing and I started co-leading. And I brought my director of operations into the strategy, my chief officer around all things projects and programs into the strategy. And we started doing weekly vision sessions. We co-created decisions. We moved together. I asked them, hey, what is your honest opinion on this? What is your gut telling you? And they both really rose to that challenge, and they started carrying the vision like it was their own. And that's when the business really started to multiply. So pro tip here is ask them to participate in a way that this is their baby too, and that you value and trust them. All right, let's talk move number 4. I pruned obsessively, like everything that wasn't aligned. I let go of the good, especially like the good things. That was the hardest move, but it was the most fruitful. I was holding so tight to things that had gotten us to where we were. They were good, but they weren't going to be great. They weren't going to be our big next, and it was time to let them go. I ended 2 really lucrative partnerships because they felt toxic to me. I knew it was good money. I knew it was easy money, but it wasn't right. Like, it felt heavy. I walked away from the easy money because it wasn't for me anymore. It wasn't where we were going. And those cuts made space for the right people and the right offers and the right energy. This is my pro tip for this tip, is I really had to think about, what does it look like to be obedient? Is this offer aligned? Is it just familiar? Right? Like, is this for me? Is this where we're going? Or is this a detour from where we're called to go? Or is it just easier, low-hanging fruit? And move number 5 was I focused on the offer that we had that felt the most true to who we were and where we were going. And I refined it and I refined it and I refined it. And we put everything behind that offer. So our mastermind, that was our heartbeat, still is. And it evolved. It used to be called the Incubator, and then it was the Visionary CEO Mastermind. Now it's the Overflow CEO Mastermind. Little by little, like, we had the courage to just continue refining, not starting over, not just launching all these new things. And we clarified the transformation we were here to make with people, and we improved the delivery, and we built a content and funnel strategy around it. And the offer became our lighthouse. It was our scalable revenue driver. It was what we became known for. It's what people still seek us out for. It's what we get messages for. We have a wait list for. If it speaks to you at all and you're looking for this next year to be the year, I am always so ready to meet and entertain conversations with the right heartbeats for this. So you can either DM me the word mastermind, or you can just comment below and we'll send you the details to be able to apply. We know this is where we create the biggest transformation for our founders. The cool thing, and another pro tip, once that offer is proven, which ours has been in function for like 10 years now, you can start to reverse engineer different marketing strategies that are going to support it, right? Like a podcast funnel or a workshop series that make enrolling feel inevitable. Like it feels like the obvious next step for people. So you don't have to twist arms. Like, you don't have to convince people. You don't have to hunt and gather. It just starts to happen naturally. So what happened? Our first million plus year 10 years ago with fewer hours, more peace, a brand that magnetized the right people, work that made me come alive, a team that truly carried the mission with us and made them come alive. You've got the strategy. Even if you have that, if your relationship with money, time, or leadership is still rooted in fear, you're going to sabotage all of it anyway. So in the next video, I'm walking you through the exact mindset shifts and strategies that unlocked overflow and peace for me, even when circumstances felt anything but certain. You won't believe some of the things I'm about to tell you. Click to watch the money mindset shifts that unlocked that $1 million year. I'll meet you there.